Alright, today is the day I'm going to give you some information on how to eliminate that channel lock block that a lot of people seem to be having issues with. And it's very understandable, and I don't want anybody to panic over that. I'm going to let you know that it's not an issue. Right now you probably think it's an issue, the people that are doing it, but it's not an issue. And so the first thing that can be causing a block, and what I mean by a block, for a right-handed golfer, if you hit the ball and it goes out to the right, okay? I'm not talking about a slice where it curves and goes out to the right. I'm talking about where it's just like a, you know, if you look this way, it just goes boom, out to the right. No big curve on the ball. All right. Typically, I mean, you're not getting the club face squared up soon enough and you're leaving the face open, but one of the things that can cause you to leave that club face open is any type of excessive movement with the upper body or your body in general, okay? The ball is in the rear position, so you have to stay back here on this trail axis to hit the golf ball, okay? If you start getting everything moving this way, your mass, everything shifts forward, you lose that trail axis stability and you can't square the club face. You're just going to be too far forward and the face cannot catch up, and you're going to hit a block out to the right for a right-handed golfer. And that's frustrating if you don't know what's causing that. That is one of the things that cause it. That's why mastering the protocols and being really proficient at it will help eliminate that. And what I mean by that, rear ball, closed shoulders, 5 o'clock nose. The big one is that 5 o'clock nose. If you don't maintain that through impact and you go here, if your head moves in front of it, your body's moving. You can't move your head forward without your body going. So that's one of the big things. So that's what you've got to really master in the channel lock protocols, is keeping that 5 o'clock nose, keeping your body back here on the trail axis and swinging from inside to out. And that's going to help you. The next thing that could be causing this, it can happen in your backswing, okay? All right, I'm gonna have to lower the camera a little bit to show you this one. Okay, now you take the club. When you take it back on your backswing, we have a channel back here that we want to hit, okay? It's not this way, all right? But you can overdo the channel, okay? And that's why I've talked about before, I like having connection with my elbows. It gives me a radius where I just turn and I can take the club to the inside, okay? If you don't have that and you pull it here, like this, from this side, look, if you pull it like this, you pull it like this, and let me get a little bit further away. You pull it like that, you're stuck, you're in trouble. You can't do anything but hit it way out to the right, or you're going to be one of these golfers that start coming over the top. Those are the only two places you can go from that position. So what you can do in your backswing, and we're going to do some lessons on this to get people a little bit more proficient in their backswing. But just for today's sake, notice when I take this club back, I'm coming to the inside. This club head never beats behind my hands this way, okay? It just stays slightly out in front of my hands, okay? This helps me do a couple things. It helps me to keep the club face look at the ball, and keeps it from getting behind me where I have nowhere to go. All right, so if your trail elbow does this, you get in that position, you're stuck and you're in trouble. If you maintain that radius, like this, maintain that radius, it doesn't get too far behind you, okay? So that would be a couple things right there. And I'm gonna show you how alignment can cause it also. Okay, just wanna talk about how your alignment and using the channel lock pre-turn can cause you to hit the ball right of the target where you want to hit it, okay? Now, I'm not talking about when you hit the ball, seeing a big slice. You shouldn't see that with channel lock. If you do the channel lock protocols and execute it properly, you won't see a slice. But if you're seeing the ball just go in the same place out to the right every time, there's a very good chance your shoulders are pointing that direction, and that's where you're hitting the golf ball. Okay, you're not hitting a block. You're actually just aimed where you're hitting it. And that's a good thing. When I have students that come through here, and I've seen it many times, and I've done this including myself, you just keep seeing the same pattern out to the right. They're like really solid golf shots, but they're to the right every single time for a right-handed golfer. Most of the time, it is because where our shoulders are aiming, okay? This is easily corrected, okay? And I think a lot of people have got discouraged because they did that with their swing and they give up channel lock. And little did they know it's easily fixed. So, all right, how do I do that? All right, TV is the target, okay? If I'm lined up square, I have my pre-turn, look where my shoulders, they're going way too far right of where I want to hit it, okay? They're pointed right of the target. There's not a chance in hell I'm going to hit it to the target where I want to hit it, okay? What people will do, if they keep aiming too far right, eventually they try to pull across the ball and they'll start coming over the top. And then you develop poor swing habits. Sorry about that, my battery's getting a little low. You'll develop some poor swing habits and you'll start coming over the top. And so you still want to swing inside to out, but what do we want to do? We got to figure out a way to get our shoulders pointed down the target line down here. Okay, so what do? Basically, I just walk in just slightly open my lower body. Let me lower the camera a little bit where you can see this. Okay, a little bit right here, a little bit open. All right, just slightly open with everything, and then I just turn back with my shoulders aiming where I want to hit them. It's that simple. Okay, I'm not doing it from a square position because I'll close my shoulders and I'm too far right of the target. Whereas if I'm a little bit open, all I gotta do is turn back and I'm aiming right down that target line. Now, my feet are still open, okay? Now, that's your preference if you want to do that. We started off channel lock early on doing that. I hit some tremendous balls, had great success doing that. And I can do that with my short irons, and I hit the ball great doing that. When I started hitting my driver in 3-wood, I had some issues because I'm not flexible enough from an open position to get my hands high enough. So I've adapted more of a closed stance, slightly closed. JH has done the same thing, and I think there's a lot of benefits to that. But how do we get the closed stance? All right, I'm going to take you back down at my feet again. All right. Now, I'm slightly open. Now, I turn back, get my shoulder to the target. When I do that, I get my knees, my pelvis, my chest, my arms, head, everything goes back. All I do is just slightly drop this foot back. I'm nice and balanced. I got my butt on the wall. That right there just gives me a lot of room to swing the club right through here. I've got a ton of room to swing it now. And all I got to do is just keep my 5 o'clock nose, swing from inside to out. My shoulders are pointed where they need to be pointed. And I'm going to hit a good golf shot. Now, the one thing I don't want you to do, this is where people mess up. I don't have a ball here, but let's say the ball is off my trail foot. Okay. Whenever I drop my trail foot, do not let it go lateral. Look what that does. If you do that, the ball position changes. Okay. You don't want to drop it and come this way. All right. All it is just straight back. Okay, this is my foot, it comes straight back. Okay, no lateral, just straight back. And the amount that you bring that foot back is totally up to you. Everybody has different balance points where they feel comfortable. So I can't tell you how much your foot should come back. Okay, you can experiment. Don't be afraid to go experiment with that part of channel lock. I can hit balls with my foot way back. I've done it, and I can hit it pretty good doing that. But you'll get that through trial and error, through practice, and it's going to help you if you do that. You're going to get your shoulders where they need to be, and don't do anything that's going to compromise your balance, and you'll be in business. It's going to make you a lot more consistent. You're going to get your aim better, and there's nothing more frustrating than make a great channel lock golf swing and not be aimed properly. Okay, so that's just a skill you have to practice, or to acquire that skill you have to practice. Okay, there's no other way around it. And I can't give you an exact angle. Anybody that tries to tell you, gives you an exact angle you're supposed to be with your body, shoulders, feet, stuff like that, it's nonsense, because how are you going to do that? You can't do that. It has to come through practice. It has to come through trial and error and finding out your balance points and what works good for you. And you'll be able to tell with your ball flight. That'll tell you everything right there, okay? So if I can be of any assistance, let me know. And if you have any trouble, just contact a channel lock instructor, and we'll be glad to get you going in the right direction.